Missy, hello! How have you been? What are you doing?
Why are you contacting me? What do you want?
Brr, it's cold! Why are you so cold to me?
Let me ask you this. Is there any reason why I need to be civil towards you?
You're funny. We're childhood friends. It was my wedding yesterday and you weren't there. I missed you.
Excuse me? I can't believe you just said that. After marrying my fiancé?
You know that's incorrect. He's your ex-fiancé, remember? Stress on the ex.
Be quiet. The nerve of you contacting me? What is this about?
You didn't come to my wedding yesterday, so you couldn't see just how happy we are. So I thought I would text you to let you know.
Let me know what?
That Ricky and I are very happy. Because you, Missy, Ricky, and I met, and I'm the happiest woman in the world.
I never asked for this information.
Oh, don't be so mean. If you weren't in my life, Missy, Ricky and I would never have gotten married. I'm so grateful to you, Missy. When you introduced me to Ricky, your then fiancé, I was able to meet the love of my life.
You really are the worst. You kept pestering me that you wanted to meet him, so I had no choice. But you had planned to steal him from the start, huh?
You are so paranoid. Love is mysterious. We never know who Cupid's arrow will poke. It's not my fault that you happened to meet Ricky before I did. Ricky and I love each other so much. Our pasts don't matter.
If you want to think of it like that, go ahead. I thought it was low to steal your childhood friend's fiancé and then marry him, but now I don't care anymore. As long as you were happy, right?
Oh, you don't need to worry. We're super happy. After all, Ricky is super hot, plus his family is wealthy, and he works for a super prestigious company. I have no complaints. In fact, I can't imagine anyone with higher socioeconomic status than Ricky. Thank you, Missy, for giving me such a great guy.
It's not like I gave you Ricky, but I don't care anymore. Go be happy, whatever.
Come on, let's be honest. Deep down, you're super upset, aren't you? You can be honest with me. You don't have to pretend. So spill. Are you sad? Does it hurt?
Honestly, I don't have any feelings left towards this anymore. It happened 6 months ago.
There's no way you can get over this in 6 months. After all, this super hot, high economic status guy is no longer with you. There's no way you can say you don't have any feelings. You're such a bad liar. And no matter how hard you try, you know you can't be happier than me.
Blah, blah, blah. You can say whatever you want. But if there's nothing else, can I go now?
I don't like your tone.
Oh, there is something. I don't think you know this, but before you entered the scene, Francine, Ricky and I were thinking of breaking up.
What? No way. There's no need to lie.
No, seriously, we had ended our engagement and weren't sure whether to continue being boyfriend and girlfriend. It seems Ricky decided to swap me for you. Aren't you happy?
I don't know why anyone would want to break up with a great guy like Ricky. There's absolutely nothing wrong with him. I know you don't want to admit you lost such a great guy to me, so you're rewriting what happened, right? You know that makes you even more pathetic.
If that's what you want to think, go ahead.
Then let me make you jealous.
What?
Guess where I am? I'm at the airport. We're on our way to our honeymoon. We're off to the Greek Isles for 2 weeks.
Lucky you.
Are you being sarcastic? Just because you can't take such an extravagant vacation, you don't need to be rude. It is really unattractive.
Tell me, Francine, have you met Ricky's parents?
Of course I have. Ricky took me over when we first got engaged, and we spoke at the wedding too.
Other than that, have you gone out for lunch or something with his mom or anything?
What? No, I haven't seen them other than those 2 times. Why are you asking me this?
I see. I should have told you this earlier.
What are you talking about? Don't beat about the bush. Spill already.
Ricky was really careful this time. After all, this is where he messed up with me.
Missy, what are you talking about?
He must have deliberately kept you and his mother apart until the wedding.
That doesn't make sense. I told you I've met her twice. I think she's really nice. A great mother-in-law to have. I don't know how she was with you. If she was awful, I'm sure she was awful only to you. After all, she's wonderful to me. She must have high standards like me.
That's not what I'm talking about. Of course she was kind to me as well, but she was all over her son, with her son Ricky acting the same. I knew things would be difficult if I married Ricky.
What? Seriously? I don't understand what you're saying.
It's fine if you don't understand. As long as they didn't act that way around you, it should be fine. The reason I broke off our engagement was Ricky is a super duper mama's boy.
Mama's boy? That's news to me.
Just as I thought. I'm sure he kept it hidden this time, as it was the reason things didn't work out with me.
Hidden?
Didn't you know that if Ricky doesn't get married by the time he's 30, his parents will disinherit him?
Really?
It's true. He only has a few months before his 30th birthday, so he must have been really desperate. I'm sure he would have married anyone who seemed normal and was easy to handle.
That's a really mean thing to say. We are childhood friends after all.
I hate to break it to you, but that's reality, and that's all I have to say about that. I think it's not going to be easy on your honeymoon and living with Ricky and his parents. Good luck.
What are you talking about? Honeymoons are fun. I'm not concerned about the stuff you said, Missy. I'm going to enjoy my life with Ricky.
That's a great attitude to have. But it is strange. I never thought you would be the type, Francine, to go on your honeymoon with your mother-in-law.
What? Stop with all these cryptic texts. It's our honeymoon. Of course it'll just be the two of us.
I don't think so. There's no way Ricky's mom is not coming. When Ricky and I were still engaged, she clearly told me. It made me change my mind about marrying Ricky.
You're kidding, right?
Why didn't you ask Ricky? You're with him now, right?
No, we're meeting each other at the airport.
Wait, didn't you just get married yesterday? But you're already spending time apart?
He said he wanted to spend some time with his family, so I spent the night alone in our hotel room.
Isn't that strange?
Now that you mention it, wait, I just received a text from Ricky. Of course Mom is coming with us. I can't believe he texted me that. What's going on?
Like I said, there is no way Ricky would travel overseas without his mother. Even at work, he refuses to go on any overseas business trips. I heard a rumor from his colleague that he told his boss my mommy won't allow it.
I didn't know that. Plus, he never told me we're going to live with his parents.
Did you ask him?
He texted me that he never intends to move out of his parents' house. We never discussed where we live, but I never imagined we would be living with his parents.
His parents' house is really large. I hope they weren't expecting you to be their housekeeper or anything.
Why are you saying such ominous things? I'm sure it'll be fine. If push comes to shove, I'm sure Ricky will choose me. We really love each other.
Then you have nothing to worry about.
When I asked him why I had to spend our wedding night alone in the hotel, and he texted me back that he wasn't at his parents' house, but spent the night in the same hotel with his mother, and he got me a separate room while we were in Greece. That isn't normal, right?
Oh my, he really is a mama's boy. In the world of mama's boys, I have no idea what is normal or not. No comment.
Don't laugh at me. Why didn't you warn me? You should have told me. It's your fault I'm in this mess. If you really thought of me as your childhood friend, you would have tried to protect me.
Do you think a childhood friend would make a play for a guy I'm dating and end up hooking up with him? That doesn't sound like a friend to me.
That may be true, but...
So at that point our friendship ended, at least on my end. For me, Francine, you aren't my childhood or any type of friend.
Please don't say that. I see Ricky and his mother waiting in the departure lounge. I'm hiding in the restroom. What should I do? But I don't want to get a divorce, at least not yet. Ricky's a really good catch, you know?
If you really think so, maybe you should try living with him and his mother.
Really?
Well, he is a good catch. You have to admit his financial status was important to you. You kept harping about his socioeconomic status.
That's true, but...
Well, then that's settled. Even if the family treats you like a housekeeper, you'll be known as a wealthy wife to the outside world.
Good luck as a housekeeper. I can't believe it. I was so looking forward to our honeymoon in Greece. Oh, why does it have to be the three of us? This sucks.
It's your own fault for not asking before you got married. But your biggest mistake was that you stole your friend's fiancé without confirming all the facts first, right? Oh, I forgot, ex-fiance, right? I'm so happy I didn't go through with the wedding and I'm able to enjoy my life as a happy single woman. Have fun in Greece. Ricky's mother found Francine hiding in the toilet and dragged her out. Ricky and his mother chalked up Francine's behavior as post-wedding depression, and the three of them went on their honeymoon. But Francine was treated as a third wheel on the honeymoon and ended up making dinner reservations for Ricky and his mother, took pictures of Ricky with his mother, etc., making it a honeymoon from hell for Francine. And when they returned from their honeymoon, Ricky's mother had arranged all of Francine's things to be moved into her house, forcing Francine to live in Ricky's parents' house. Once in Ricky's parents' house, she was again treated as an outsider, with Ricky more concerned about his mother than his wife Francine. Apparently, Francine and Ricky have separate bedrooms. Francine's parents have borrowed money from Ricky's parents, making Francine feel obligated to stay married to Ricky, though she really wanted to get divorced.
Nikki, what time will you be home tonight?
It shouldn't be too late. Why?
I've made a lot of your favorite dishes, so hurry home.
That's why you're texting me? That's strange. Did something happen?
Nothing special. I'm just in a good mood, so I made a lot of your favorite food.
Really? Well, then why are you in such a good mood? Did something good happen?
Well, if you put it like that, there was something that happened today that made me happy.
What? But I'm working right now, so I'll hear all about it later, okay?
I see. If you want, I can tell you about it now.
You just want to tell me about it now, right? If there's something you want to say it already.
Don't talk like that to your mother. But I can't get angry today. I'm in a great mood.
Oh, okay. And what put you in such a great mood?
Today is a celebration. Sarah left our house.
My wife, Sarah? What are you talking about? What do you mean Sarah left our house? Where's Sarah?
I have no idea, and I couldn't care less. That woman is not a family member. She doesn't belong in this house.
I don't understand what you are saying. She doesn't belong in this house. Oh, did you kick Sarah out?
Kick her out? That sounds so mean. That woman left the house on her own accord. I don't know a single thing.
I don't believe that. I'm trying to get a hold of Sarah, but she's not picking up. I hope she's okay. Did you do something to Sarah?
Sarah's phone is right here next to me. I don't think you can get in touch with her.
What? I can't understand what's going on. Can you shed some light? Sarah's phone is at home, but Sarah isn't?
That's right. She isn't very intelligent to leave her phone at home when she goes out.
I still don't understand. Can you give me more details?
That woman, she's the bad one.
Come again.
That woman, she used to torment me. Plus, she thinks she's better than me and her ego. Oh, yikes. She's an awful woman. She keeps telling you sweet lies. I was at the end of my rope, dear.
I hate to interrupt, but as a rational person observing you and Sarah, to me, the tormentor and the person making egotistical remarks was you, Mom.
What are you talking about? How can you say something like that?
If you didn't like what Sarah made for dinner, you would toss it into the garbage bin. You would complain about how she dusted around the house. If Sarah left because of these things, it'll be all your fault, Mom.
What?
Honestly, I don't know what happens between you and Sarah when I'm not around. But I've always suspected you were giving her a hard time, Mom.
I've never done anything to her, Nikki. That woman, she's the bad one.
Moving along, what did you do to her, Mom?
Not a single thing.
I can't imagine Sarah leaving the house without her phone. What awful thing did you do to her?
Not a single thing. I just used my brains a little.
More riddles.
I changed the locks, my dear.
The locks? Oh, what are you talking about?
Don't worry. When you get home, Nikki, just let me know it's you via the intercom, and I'll unlock the door for you. Plus, I've already made a new set of the keys for you, Nikki.
Are you seriously telling me you had the locks on my door changed while Sarah was out?
You got it, my smart little boy. I know what time Sarah leaves the house to run her errands, so I arranged for my friend to come over and change the locks.
You're unbelievable. You did that to force Sarah out of the house? And you took away her phone.
She happened to be charging her phone. I didn't intend for her to leave it here.
That's it. Mom, leave my house.
What? What a strange joke.
It's not a joke. Get out. Leave the key under a plant or something, but leave.
How can you say something so awful to your own mother?
You forced my wife out of our home and changed the locks so she can't come home? That crosses a line.
It was the only way to exterminate that woman. It can't be helped.
Exterminate Sarah? Do you remember you invited yourself to come and stay at my house?
How dare you speak like that?
In any event, you are leaving.
A child must respect, honor, and take care of their parents. Who do you think I am?
Even if you are my mother, I will not forgive you for hurting my wife.
You're choosing that woman over me? Who raised you? Who took care of you when you were a little boy?
I'm grateful you raised me, but after Dad divorced you last year, you suddenly appeared at our house and started living here. Even then, Sarah wasn't entirely comfortable. But being a good person, Sarah tried her best. But you had to push her with your selfish demands and hateful comments. You wouldn't stop even when I asked you to. And then you would secretly torment her whenever I wasn't around.
I didn't do anything like that.
Sarah was really troubled by your actions. She tried really hard to get along with you. But you were cruel and ignored all her well-meaning efforts.
Shut your mouth, Nikki. Don't forget who gave birth to you. Gave you life. You have a bond, an alliance to me. If you stay married to that woman, trust me, our bond, it'll be gone.
That's enough. Can't you stop thinking about yourself for 1 minute?
Thinking about myself?
How many times do you have to say I'm your son, I must do what you want? Well, listen, the house that you are currently living in, that house is Sarah and my house. What gave you the idea it was your house?
Nikki, you are my son.
So what? My money automatically belongs to you? Of course not. I can't believe you changed the locks on my house. Who gave you permission to do so? You know, I can sue you.
Sue me. Don't make it a big deal. We are family, Nikki, my son.
Family? Well, Sarah's an important member of my family. You know she's pregnant. How can you do such an awful thing to her while she's carrying my child?
Well, because after she has her child, you may want to kick me out or something. That's why I thought it was better to separate you two. That woman.
Stop it already. I can't understand what you were texting. I can't help but think you're insane. In any case, the person who's leaving is not Sarah, but you.
How can you? How can you speak to your mother like this?
I won't think of you as my mother anymore.
What?
I'm saying I want to cut off all ties to you. Get out of my house now.
Why are you saying this?
I got a message from Sarah's father.
Sarah's father?
She left her phone charging at home and went to run errands, but when she got back, the locks were changed and you wouldn't let her back in the house. She had no choice but to go to her parents' home. Sarah's father said if this type of nonsense continues, Sarah should stay at his home and not mine. I'm sad to say, I agree with him.
Then have Sarah stay with her parents. Problem solved.
So I told her father clearly that my mother would be leaving the house, so Sarah will be safe.
What? Whatever do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I will have you leave the house immediately. I'm on my way to pick up Sarah at her parents' house. So gather your things and leave before we get home.
I don't know how you could say something like this. To kick your very own mother out of your house. I don't think you have it in you to actually go through with it.
I can and will do it. This is my house. If you plan to stay there any longer, I'll have no choice but to call the police. Wouldn't it be better for you to leave on your own?
The police? Why do you want to make this such a big deal? It's just a trivial misunderstanding within the family. I'm sure it can be resolved quickly. I have all your favorite food prepared. So come home.
Be quiet, and please leave.
Are you being serious? You would really kick your mother out?
I don't want to live with a mother who would kick out my pregnant wife. I want to cut off all relations. I mean, I will cut off all relations.
I'm so disappointed in you, Nikki. I can't believe you are my son.
Please don't think of me as your son anymore. From today, we are no longer family.
I don't know how you can say something like this. Don't you feel sorry for your poor mother?
See, that's what I mean about your texts being self-serving. Don't you feel sorry for Sarah? I understand why Dad had to divorce you.
I thought you would always be on my side, Nikki. You're my son, Nikki. You have a bond, an alliance to me.
Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Say whatever you want to. I called Gertrude. She said she's on her way to pick you up.
Gertrude? Like my daughter, Gertrude? Why'd you call her?
She's the only one you'll listen to.
I can't believe you told Gertrude. She's going to scold me.
Maybe you need to be scolded so you could feel some remorse. Maybe it was my fault that I was too easy and soft on you, but I can't take care of you anymore. I feel bad for Gertrude, but she'll be able to handle you, I'm sure.
If Gertrude gets a hold of me, she'll put me in a home for the elderly.
I highly doubt that. I know you and Gertrude never got along, but you really should be grateful she hasn't abandoned you.
Gertrude just drove up. I know. I won't open the door.
Can you please not cause a scene in my house? And leave quickly and quietly with her. In any event, you and I, we aren't family anymore. Got it?
Don't say that. I have always treasured you, Nikki. More than anyone else in the world.
That's nice to hear, but if that's true, you would have treasured the people who are important in my life, like my wife, Sarah. It's a shame, but this is goodbye.
Give me another chance, Nikki. I promise I'll be nice to Sarah. I won't complain about anything.
So you were aware that you weren't nice to Sarah, and you complained a lot. But it's too late. I want to treasure my family. My family excluding you. Well, then, goodbye. Just leave, and never contact me again.
Gertrude ended up forcing the door open and dragged her mother, Livia, out of the house. Gertrude was living with her father, Livia's ex-husband. So Livia was scolded by both. Gertrude made arrangements for Livia to live in her own apartment. and even found her a job. Even after all that Gertrude did for her, Livia couldn't stop complaining. None of the family wanted to be around her, and one by one, everyone cut her out of their lives. As a result, Livia lives in her small apartment, with no one to talk to, go out with, even share a cup of coffee with, as she grows older, all alone. Nikki and Sarah had a beautiful baby boy. The three of them are living happily together as a family.